Cuba's president promotes debate on new family code. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel stressed the importance for Cuba of the new family code and encouraged the people to study it and to add to it. Díaz-Canel wrote on Twitter, quote, "The more details I learn about the family code, the more I am convinced that it is essential for today's Cuban society. Now that the popular consultation has begun, I invite my compatriots to review and to get to know it. We can all contribute," end of quote. The code proposes greater inclusion of gay marriages, acceptance of different sexual orientations, and relationship with age differences. According to the president of the Cuban Society of Civil and Family Law, Leonardo Perez, the regulation is one of the most groundbreaking in Latin America.
So is this a law that they're trying to pass? School me on this. Kari, do you know?
They're trying to incorporate a more accepting attitude toward LGBTQ populations in Cuba. As you know, they had like an island where they would be exiled to in the 90s. So it seems to be a forward motion in a progressive movement that's been working for a while in Cuba. Whether or not it's going to pan out and whether or not it's actual true change and progress, we have yet to see.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Gabby. I want to say a couple of years ago where they were going to change the verbiage of marriage and be between a person and a person instead of between a man and a woman, and then that fell through or it didn't happen?
I believe that was spearheaded by Castro's daughter,
Yeah.
I believe. And yes, that's what she wanted. She wanted the Constitution to be changed to say person and person. But I don't think that actually came to be.
Well, it'd be nice if it happened. I noticed, though, that they talked about same-sex marriage. They didn't, or rather, the quote didn't focus on gender identity. So it actually was LGB and Q minus the T.
See, I didn't catch that, Victor, and that's a very important point.
I think particularly in Cuba, because of the separation of what we call as church and state, the separation with the Catholic Church in regimes like the socialist government in Cuba, also being now copied in my home country, Venezuela. These kind of things, to me, I mean, it helps in a way because it creates changes, but a lot of this is also propaganda, in my opinion. So for the rest of the world, and to their enemy, the United States of America, to say we're progressive, we're trying to change. Which, if it was true,
It'd be great.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Completely.
Of course.
But like we were saying before, in the case of Colombia, in the case of this town in Colombia, it takes more to it, and it takes the how the police treat the gay community, how they've been harassed, and how they done it in Cuba too. And they do it all over Latin America, in countries where the laws are changing and it's supposed to be progressive, but in reality, it's not happening. So where is propaganda ending, and where is the putting into effect this law is what we need to wait and see. But the jury's out.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have published Tortillera in Cuba, so
Exactly.
Which is your incredible book, Ms. Caridad.
There's plenty of tortilleras in Cuba.
Plenty.
They are.
Plenty.
But I don't
Okay.
think they're allowed to out themselves.
That's
so
right.
That's where we need to follow up and see if it's real.
We should get a plane, Gary, and we take a bunch of your books,
Girl.
right? I'll buy a bunch of them, and then we'll just drop them
Oh
there.
my God, yes, that's a
my
great
And then just
idea.
scream, Tortillera! Tortillera!
But I think the book will be heavier than the pamphlets.
Yeah,
That would,
it might hurt
it might cause a.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+